The early vision for Essential Experiences was, could we put together a program that serves every single kid? Could we do something with each class every year? And could we fashion that experience so that it's more than just a fun field trip? We were hearing from a lot of educators that they felt school was so focused on testing that kids were not having engaging experiences that helped the learning really sink in.
Some children in our own community have never been to some of these cultural landmarks, have never heard live music, have never had exposure to the many assets and resources and things that our community has to offer.
And so this was a way of making sure that all of our students could actually go through and see some of the venues in the Akron community that they typically would not see. It has really helped teachers open their eyes that the whole community is a classroom.
Essential Experiences is such an appropriate term for it. Being someone who grew up in Akron, I don't think you can really even appreciate all that Akron has to offer unless you actually get out there and experience it. And I love the fact that it's for every kid.
In the early years, some of the struggles were obviously you're moving almost 9,000 students a year all around the community. The students are an easy sell. They want to go out. Making sure that we had the vision that these are essential to the curriculum, that it's not an optional piece, that we really believe that this is a core fundamental experience that students should have each and every year throughout pre-K to year 5, in making sure that that vision was communicated thoroughly across the district.
So when the kids are here, they're answering the big question, which is how can I learn through play, which is really more about how can we show them how to learn through play. We really focus on inquiry, getting kids to ask what if. What happens if I do something differently? We do have specific objectives at every sort of station that the kids go through. So those are tied back to the Ohio Learning Standards, but they're also tied directly into what the teachers are doing in the classroom. We are making sure that we're hitting the areas that we know Akron students need a little bit of extra help in for that kindergarten readiness to be successful.
The students at APS are super curious. They are very open. They want to share their ideas with us. They're not sitting back waiting to be told something. They want to be a part of what is happening. They really rise to the occasion in the galleries and in the art making space. A unique experience that we offer here at the museum is a collaborative art making experience, and we see students raise each other up. We see them help each other, and they're able to work as teams. I think there's no better illustration of the portrait of a scholar that APS is trying to achieve than that.
My 4th grader this year went to the Akron Art Museum, and at the Akron Art Museum, he actually had the opportunity and the experience to build something. And my son made sure I came back to the art museum. And he was so proud when we got there. The very first thing that we had to do was go straight to what he built, what was showcased, and his art that was on display at the art museum. And it was very meaningful.
Every student, every child, every person learns differently. They experience material differently. We really get to those students who learn kinesthetically, so they're dancing, they're really experiencing the material in a different way, and for many of them, that's the way that they learn best. We use a lot of songs in what we do, so there's rhyming, which is very, very important for everyone. They need to know that these words sound alike, so as a future reader, they might look alike. They have to creative problem solve in our class. They have to learn a dance, so they have to understand sequence. Dance is all about control, that you dance at this time, you sing at this time, so impulse control is a big part of what we're teaching too. Our program is 15 weeks long, so we actually see the students 15 times throughout our program. At the end of the 15 weeks, they go to the professional stage at Firestone in their arts building, and they perform on the stage. That's one of the most magical moments where you see all these little 3- and 4-year-olds sitting up on a stage that hasn't been lit yet. And we're like, look up, and see. And the stage lights come and they sit a little bit taller. Like, look at me, look how confident, look what I know, look what I've been working towards. I'm ready to stand in the spotlight and show you who I am and what I can do.
I feel like there's a spark that can happen. When we went to the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, they hadn't stepped foot in a park. They weren't utilizing the parks. They weren't really worried about conservation.
Our big thing is making sure that every kid, every student is experiencing joy when they're out here. And there is nothing better than having the second graders on campus and you just hear yells and screams throughout the forest. Like, you know, kids, oh my gosh, you know, because you can tell they found something exciting, or you can tell when they found a spider. You know, you can just tell. There is so much joy happening out here. It just uplifts everyone here.
I found crickets and snails, these small tiny bugs. They made me feel happy because I love digging in the dirt. It's pretty actually fun.
When I am out with the staff meeting the buses and I hear the kids like, I've never been to the zoo, and they're the kids that live right here. So I love that they get to come and visit the zoo and get to have that experience, and they get to have a full experience because we're touring them around the zoo. We're doing all of these really cool stations. Their eyes when they get to ride the carousel, they love that. Then they get to come down into the classroom I'm currently sitting in. They get to meet one of our education animal ambassadors, and they get to touch and interact with that animal. And then we go out on the Zoomobile and they all get to take home a plush grizzly bear. I mean, it's amazing. Just seeing their faces.
When I was at the zoo, I felt like excited because I never learned about these animals.
This place is amazing. Some people don't get to see like everything in the Akron Zoo, like the bats or the penguins or the otters.
For Essential Experience program for San Hewitt, it's called City of Opportunity. It really is focused on people who may have migrated or came to the United States as refugees, and the resources and assets that they brought to our community, both historically when this estate was built to what is happening in the community today. I have 2 daughters who are Akron Public Schools students, and I love the enthusiasm when they get to come home and share their experiences, especially at other arts and cultural or environmental organizations. So they come home and they're like, today I got to fill in the blank, whatever they got to do, and it was so exciting, or I never got to see this before and that was so engaging, or my friends and I got to go see these things together or experience this together, even about the classwork that goes along with it. Because they're not field trips, right? They're educational opportunities that have work that's coursework that's built into it. So we want people who are interested in horticulture, architecture, history, arts, culture, whatever it might be, because we want them to become the next us. There is no dollar to put on the resource that has been put into providing this opportunity for the schools, the teachers, for the students to be able to come to these organizations, for these organizations to be able to come to them directly and work closely in, and really informing their educational experience.
My daughter was Akron Public Schools for preschool, and it was wonderful. So she did the preschool experiences once a week, and she would come home and tell me about it, and I could just hear from what she was saying, like how well done it was being done. Just like when you hear your kids say those things and you're like, wow, you didn't come up with that on your own. Somebody is modeling and really showing you these things. It was pretty cool.
Think about a 3rd grader. They are graduating in just 9 years. They'll be entering into college or career. So you have to set those things a lot sooner. I'm really proud of the Essential Experiences, from where we started with this concept to now this really robust field of study beyond the classroom walls that has had lasting impacts.
Akron's always been a hidden gem. There's a lot of collaboration, and it really has helped us expand those partnerships in the district beyond just essential experiences to make sure that kids get a lot of exposure to our community. In the next decade, I would like to see essential experiences expand to other community partners and really look at how we can drill down and hone in on even more variety of experiences for kids.
This truly is one of a kind and has the power to change so many lives.
It's just as important, not just for our students to see the city, but for the city to see our students. So we're investing in our students for our future and for our city's future.
This program really feels like our community just opening its arms to the children of Akron Public Schools and giving them a big, warm, welcoming hug and saying to them, you deserve this. You're worth it. You deserve a really cool experience. Come on in. We are here for you. This community values you. That makes me feel really proud of this program.